Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Jurassic World Evolution 3. I hope you're having a good one. I am so excited to be back. I also want to get some research done before we go back to the Montana Badlands. So that's where I want to get started today, because we want to get our hands on the large herbivore dig sites 2. I think that was the one. I was only slightly reading it. Yeah, large herbivore dig sites 2, which is going to require a little bit more in the way of logistics skills from my scientists. So given the fact that we can't train anybody right now because we're still progressing through the campaign, this is the campaign, by the way. Given the fact that we can't train them right now, we can hire somebody is what we can do. So we're going to hire you. It's going to be $92,000, but that's okay, because now we can research these dig sites. I was really hoping I could click this to just approve of all of them, but if we do this, we can now research large herbivore dig sites, which I think is going to be a fantastic thing to do. That is going to take about 2 minutes to complete, which is fine. I don't know if that's going to continue between this map and the Montana Badlands, so we can wait. That's okay. I can speed the game up a little bit, and that speeds it up a little bit. And there we go. We have researched large herbivore dig sites, which is amazing. That gives me $300,000, and I think that also contributes ever so slightly to our general reputation here. So if we go down this way, if we complete 10 contracts, we would, I assume, maybe get a star out of that. I'm not 100% sure, but that's okay. We can sort of work with that. We do apparently have some issues with our economy, which is all right. We have no amenity income, which I don't love. We have not got enough species in here. There's a lot we could do with this place, but obviously that's probably going to be a part of the general campaign. We do have all these expeditions available though, which is very exciting. So we could go to Canada, where we'll find some things. We could go again to Canada. We have so many places we can go now. We can get a Dilophosaurus if we wanted to. We could get a Diplodocus. Now that I'm tempted to do, because we have Diplodocus back in Montana. So it's very, very tempting to do that. But maybe if we look at contracts, do we have anything in here? We unfortunately don't. We did have a contract that was talking about basically getting the Diplodocus genome to 50%. We don't have that anymore. We do have this one though, which is just complete an expedition. So you know what I'm going to do? I think we are going to maybe go and look at the Diplodocus. It might be worth checking to see if these guys would be happy with the Diplodocus in here. Is that, are you guys like relatively content with a Diplodocus in here? You don't dislike it, which is fine. So it might, wait, is this? No, that's okay. Yeah, no, I don't know if they'd be thrilled about it, but they might not hate it. What about you guys? What about Gallimimus? How are they gonna handle all of that? They would be indifferent as well, is what it seems like. Okay, and then we have the Parasaurs down here. Would they be okay with it? They would, I guess, be indifferent. I don't know if it's a good idea to go and get Diplodocus right now. So you know what? As much as I want to do this, I also want to progress through this campaign. We're going back to Montana. Is what we're going to do. There's an emergency event back here, which is potentially really, really bad news.
Damage found, but I'm on it. Everyone, the Velociraptors. What are they doing?
The inevitable, their biological imperative, you know, they're hunting.
Well, that does not seem good.
High alert, people. Finch, it's time to prove that Din cares about security.
Right. Well, the guests and me need somewhere to hide. Build an emergency shelter.
I can do that. I can absolutely do that. So we have the Jurassic World emergency shelter. We have the Jurassic Park emergency shelter. It doesn't want it anywhere specific, so I'm kind of looking at this space over here and thinking this might be the spot for it. So let's do the Jurassic Park. Wait, the Jurassic World shelter kind of looks more detailed and interesting. Although the Jurassic Park one is a little bit more industrial looking. So I might go with, it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter, does it? Let's just do the world one because we can. We'll go ahead and put it right about there and that'll be perfectly fine. I love how it comes together. I'm so excited to start building my own things here soon. Let's get this thing open and hopefully get everybody in there before they get eaten by Velociraptors. Order the capture team to tranquilize the Velociraptors. We can do that. We also have research available?
I suggest letting the pros do their thing. Give the capture team the task to tranquilize those dinosaurs and put a stop to the rampage.
Oh, now this is the staff center. This enables training, but we will need scientists to do it. That's kind of good. We have power, gain access to persistent power generation. Okay. Core upgrades can be applied to buildings to improve their efficiency in various ways. That's kind of cool as well. I'm looking forward to like upgrades. That's going to be really, really cool. Now we need to order a capture team to get these guys is what we need to do. Now the capture team is remind me where the capture team happens to be, because for the life of me, I have forgotten. I was not paying much attention. You guys are who I'm looking for. Let's add some tasks and we'll get you to go tranquilize, and tranquilize that one up there. And that way they can just automatically do it without me having to fly the helicopter, which would be kind of cool looking, but I'm going to let these guys do it because their Velociraptors are moving pretty quickly. This is a whole thing. Oh no. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. Well, that one's out cold. That's good. These ones. Oh. Oh no. Oh, this is, oh my God. Oh, gee. Oh, this is the worst. Oh my God. Well, we lost another one. Hopefully they've no, they haven't tranquilized that one yet. They haven't got, oh no, we did get that one. Okay. Can we get the one that just just devoured a person? Is that, maybe I should have flown the helicopter. I feel like I might have had a bit more luck. Maybe I should fly the helicopter. Hold on a minute. Give me, wait, can I not take control of this thing? I guess not. That's fine. I'm just gonna let them do it then. They've got this, right? We've only had like 3 people killed by it. I don't even know if the one over here was killed. I think they just got knocked over. This one is, are you dead?
Right.
I've got no idea.
Dinosaurs won't be waking up anytime soon, but we better have an enclosure ready for when they do. We do have a half-built enclosure on site that'll probably do the job, if you can, finish it up.
I can do that. So we'll bring this out here.
We should power those fences with a generator. If an animal tries to escape, it could hurt itself or even your guests. A light shock, however, will act as a gentle deterrent.
Yeah, listen, you can call me paranoid or, more accurately, justifiably nervous, but I'm telling you, those generators tend to run out of juice at the very worst of times.
Don't we all? But no, I don't want dinosaurs getting out either. Worth making sure that the generators are in range of a maintenance post so our maintenance team can keep an eye on them. When the enclosure is ready, give the order to transport those sleeping meat eaters into it. I'll leave it in your capable hands, okay? Take as long as you need, but not too long. Even sleeping carnivores make me nervous.
Yeah, no, I can agree with that. It's definitely slightly worrying. I've also just realized that this is just decoration down here, and I love that that's a thing. That's very, very cool that we have some decorations down here. So we need power is what we're gonna need. We need, how exactly do I power do I just have to power like a chunk of the fence and it'll power the whole thing, or I really have no idea. Let's do some kind of little generator. I guess down here seems like a decent enough spot for it. We'll rotate it around a little bit though, so it's kind of facing the road. I want to say there, and that definitely powered the whole thing, which is fantastic news. So that seems fine. And then all we need to do is transport the Velociraptors into the enclosure. We'll also just add all of them to the selection because that makes my life a little bit easier. We will finalize the selection and then put them all in this this space. And now, are they going to look just as goofy as everything else when they get picked up?
To end and confirm they're all enclosed.
I get the feeling they might. Oh yeah, no, they.
It's strange, isn't it? Alan and Ellie had a dig site near here in this scenic patch of Montana's Badlands. You know, they were digging for fossilized dinosaurs, and now you're containing living, breathing, thinking dinosaurs a mere stone's throw away. Wow, it's really, you know, it's poetic in a vague sort of sense, and deeply terrifying in a more specific sort of sense.
You know, I can't tell if Jeff Goldblum is being his usual sort of aloof self while playing Ian Malcolm, or I could swear I heard him yawn in the middle of that dialogue. I don't know. I don't know if Jeff Goldblum was, he might have, I don't want to say he was phoning it in, but I could swear I heard him yawn in the middle of that dialogue.
Make sure to close any shelters once you've dealt with the threat. After all, guests aren't likely to spend money while they're busy hunkering down. Although a bunker gift shop isn't a bad idea. Huh. Nice job dealing with those raptors. Vicious and intelligent carnivores don't tend to mix well with guests.
Vicious and intelligent they may be, but those velociraptors deserve as much support as any other dinosaur. A feeder that gives them an outlet for their hunting instinct would be particularly beneficial.
Better the goats than us, is what you mean to say.
I can do that. Also, this one's apparently going swimming, which is totally fine. So we need a live prey feeder is what we need in here. That's totally fine. It's 100,000 to get this thing. I think what we'll do with it is put it like here, because we're probably going to have some like viewing stuff along these trails. Now, we need to make sure that they have an average comfort rating of 95. We need a ranger post that can reach them, and we need a ranger team in there. So a ranger post is this guy right here, which is going to have to be, oh man, there's not really anywhere good I can put this. Well, there is. I might just do 2 of them, to be totally honest. It might be better to do 2 of these so that the coverage is, well, complete in here. So we'll do a ranger post there, and I'm going to do another ranger post down here, and then we'll make sure that we have ranger teams on each of these. So we'll do ranger team 1, and that'll be all right. And then up this way, we can do ranger team 2, just to sort of split it up a little bit. And then I guess we just want to check and make sure what, you know, makes these guys happy. Now for feeders, herbivores do not require feeders to satisfy their hunger need. Meeting their environmental needs within their territory will ensure that they have what they require to satisfy their hunger. Carnivores and some piscivores require feeders to satisfy their hunger need. Place specialized feeders in their territory according to their environmental needs and ensure you keep them well stocked. Some dinosaurs require prey to satisfy their environmental and hunger needs. They can also satisfy those needs by hunting live prey like other dinosaurs. Okay. So these guys are missing cover is what they're missing. So we can totally do that. We can edit their environment a little bit. We'll get them some cover. Let's go for, I guess, woodland is probably fine, although their territory is somewhat limited. It doesn't extend as far up there as I hoped it would. So we'll do a little bit of cover right there, which they're immediately running towards, which is fantastic. A little bit of cover in here seems pretty good. And their territory is expanding, which is what I was hoping it would do. So I'm going to sort of do a bunch of cover up this way. And that actually seems to have done exactly what I wanted it to do, which is fantastic news. So that should make them nice and comfortable and nice and happy.
Now that they're enclosed, those raptors will actually be boosting the site's appeal. And more appeal means more guests, so it's good news in my book. Guests will actually need to be able to see the raptors to be impressed by them, but that's why we build viewing galleries, right? Huh? Dinosaur appeal is great, but dinosaur visibility is what will actually sell tickets. Improving visibility with attractions like the viewing gallery is an important step if we actually want to make a profit here. And you do want to make a profit, right?
Yeah, I want to make a profit, sure. This,
I'd rather like to
where would I like to put this? I want to put this up here.
They needed males in the herd to thrive, and thanks to Dr. Baldera, that's exactly what we can provide them with. We just need enough genome to begin synthesis. We will need an expedition center to organize gathering the appropriate genetic material. Then, once we have processed the fossils in the science center, we can synthesize the males in a hatchery.
You know, I was hoping I could get these paths to match. This, I'll tell you right now, this game needs an eyedropper tool if it doesn't have one, which it doesn't seem like it does, which is slightly disappointing because I was really hoping I could get this to all match perfectly, which I think that does. I want these paths to, no, it doesn't match exactly, which I guess is fine. It doesn't really matter too much. We'll just do this. We'll just bring this path along here and get it connected to the viewing gallery and not worry too much about it. So bring this down here. It's a little janky looking, but you know what? I'm okay with it. That's 2 viewing galleries for the Velociraptors. They're definitely perfectly visible now, which is good. And now we need an operational hatchery near the Corythosaurus enclosure. Now the Corythosaurus, where did I put those? I think it was up here, right? This was the Corythosaurus enclosure. So the hatchery is going to be this guy right here. We have the Jurassic World one and we have the Jurassic Park one. I guess since we've used the World one, we'll use the Park one this time and we'll put it, I want to say down here is probably a decent little spot for it. That seems totally fine. We'll obviously get it connected to everything as we should. And that thing is up and running. Now, we also happen to need an expedition center, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember what category it was in. It's already, I'm sort of forgetful. There it is, expedition center. We'll go for we have the DIN one, which is kind of neat, I suppose. We have room for it up here as well. It probably would make sense to go with this one, wouldn't it? Instead of, you know, changing out all the different styles for all the facilities. I kind of like doing that though. I also like the idea of this thing fitting up here. It just seems like the right spot for it. So I think we go for this spot for the expedition center. And then obviously it needs to be operational. So we'll bring this guy out a little bit to say here. Oh, there's a dead person there. That is unfortunate and I'm not sure what to do about them. Okay. Slightly, that's slightly concerning. Are you moving the body? What are you doing? You're just inspecting things. Okay, we're just gonna leave the body there. Sure. Okay, that's fine. We'll just leave them right where they are. That's all right. Sure. We need to increase the genome of Corythosaurus, synthesize, incubate, and release a male Corythosaurus, and release the male Corythosaurus into the same enclosure as the existing ones. So basically, we want to go to expeditions, and we need to get some scientists, is what we need to do. So recruit some scientists. We are going to need a decent mix of skills. Now, you are pretty good on welfare, which we are going to need at some point. Don't really need it right now, but that's okay. We need someone that's good with genetics, which is going to be you. So you're going to be hired as well. And we need someone good with logistics, which unfortunately, we'll go for you since you can get a pretty high logistics skill. That now gives us some options for where we can go. And we want to go somewhere where we're going to find, Corythosaurus is kind of the big one that we're looking for. So we're going to go to Canada is what we're going to do here, I guess. And we'll just send you out on your own. That'll be okay. We can make that work. And in the meantime, I want to go to research because I want to go to, I think it was operations, and I want to get a staff center. I think a staff center in here would be kind of huge to start training my scientists so that they're generally better and things go a little bit faster. I'm sure the game at some point is going to be like, hey, you need to train your scientists, but I'm going to be sitting here like, already done. And there we go. We have our expedition back. We found some platinum that we can sell. We have a bunch of Corythosaurus fossils, which is amazing. My scientists, however, are a little bit busy. So we'll go ahead and wait because the staff center is now done.
Functioning park without the right infrastructure, and without a functioning park, where would we be? What, sitting at home? Not teetering on the edge of chaos? Boy, wouldn't that be dull?
His delivery of the lines is so unique. I love Jeff Goldblum. He's so good. He's the oddest creature, but in the best possible way. I think that's probably the best way to describe the man is an odd creature, a curious. I don't know. He's a great. He seems great. Anyway, let's build. I feel like this middle part is going to be something important at some point. Where can I build a staff center that seems like it's going to be slightly out of the way? I want to say in here. Is that an option? Can I fit a staff center into this space? It seems like I might be able to, which would be kind of great to get it like right there. That's maybe not the best spot. Maybe the other side of the, like just around here. This is kind of where I was thinking as well could work. So I think, yeah, right there for a staff center seems perfectly fine. It looks pretty good. And this should let me view my scientists and now train them, right? Yeah, so we can totally train them. What exactly do we want them to be able to do? Now, logistics 5, 6, 6, maybe logistics? Like if we train you in logistics, that seems like an option. You have some training points. You don't have any welfare skills though. And what exactly did it want me to do? Increase the genome of the Corythosaurus? Okay. So if we view our fossils, we have these guys. I guess we add this, we add this, and we begin the task, and this requires just some science. Sure. I guess we'll hold off is what we'll do. We'll not rush into training staff, but I do like the option to be able to train my staff.
Close to providing those animals with what they need. Keep up your excellent work.
I'm pretty sure they just crashed head on into each other. Oh my God, guys. Okay. All right. They're doing their best is all I can assume they're doing. Anyway, we need to synthesize, incubate, and release a male Corythosaurus. So if we synthesize dinosaurs, we have these guys, which is again what we're sort of looking for here. Very excited about this one. Let me just have a little look over here. They're fine. Didn't we? Is this? No, the Maiasaura was the one that we did last time. The Corythosaurus is the one that we're doing this time. So I want to modify this. And I want to see what the different skins sort of look like. So that's the male. That's the female. Interesting. Let's randomize again a little bit. Let's have the females sort of like a tan or a yellow. I think that seems kind of cool. Maybe a green just to sort of change it up a little bit. And then we'll do a random favorite. And then the accent, I don't really know. We'll go for like this. And we'll go for this, and then a random favorite. For the males, they can have like a red or maybe like a purple, and that'll be okay, I think. And then we'll do a random favorite, and then the pattern, we'll do like the 2 reds, maybe this one as well, and a random favorite, and that'll be good. I like that. As for traits, we can increase the lifespan if we want to. I'm not against doing that, to be completely honest with you. I think that's fine. We'll save that and it'll be okay. We'll go ahead and begin the task of getting these guys. And we're going to need, I think we have enough skill to do this. We absolutely do. We'll go ahead and start the task. We'll get these guys in here. And then, you know, we gotta get the male one out here. So we'll look at the eggs. They are all pretty decent. They look kind of cool as well. We got like some twins right there, I think. More or less. We do need a male though, so let's have the male be the slightly different looking one. Never mind, it changes anyway. So what do we got? Long-lived, resilient, and social. Resilient and social. Long-lived, resilient, and social. That's fine. I think we can deal with this. I think we just begin incubation on all 3 of them, and that'll be fine. I think. I'm pretty sure that'll be fine. We'll get all 3 of you guys in here. It's going to be a 16-second process, and the game is sped up, so it's going to go nice and quickly, which is what we're looking for. And then before we release them, I want to make sure that these guys aren't going to be frustrated by overcrowding. I just want to make sure. So adult population 4, so they're at their the bare minimum of population in there, which is fine. So they're going to be happy enough. You guys are happy enough as well. So yeah, we can release a few of these guys is what we can do. Let's go ahead and release all of them. All 3 of them. And there we go. Look at that. That's so good. I'm so happy about this. I'm so happy. I love this. I really do. I'm so excited about this. This should make the dinosaurs happier as well. That's the good thing. That's the exciting thing, is this will make them happier.
You did it. They're happy. They're thriving. And it's all thanks to your hard work. Well done. With males in the herd, we are only a well-placed nest away from helping these animals start a new lineage. It's not an objective that I will set, but I will always support breeding dinosaurs wherever possible.
Now I do notice that they are missing some ground leaf.
Dinosaurs so far, and that's great. Really great. But maybe it's time we take as much care of our bottom line, eh? You see, our guests need caring for just as much as our animals. They need hotels to sleep in, restrooms to answer nature's call. A comfortable site draws in more guests, and I'm very much a people person. I'm especially a people with spending money person.
Okay. So we need to increase the number of guests on site. We need to increase restroom coverage. We need to increase accommodation rating. We can totally do that. We apparently do need another shelter because the one I placed is not in a good location, which honestly, yeah, that sort of checks out. That's fine. We could probably do a shelter back here though. I think this would be kind of a cool spot to place it. So it's kind of, it's a little out of the way. It's not a main feature of the park by any means, but it's neat. And also, I don't think I can actually place it here without it properly overlapping, which is slightly unfortunate. Yeah. Okay, what if I put it back here? Is that an option? No, not really. All right. In that case, shelter. Where do I want the shelter to go? I guess here could be sort of an option as well. It's a little more front and center than I'd like, but it's probably for the best to have it kind of in a relatively central location. So sure, we'll build a shelter right there. And that should give us good coverage. It's still, there we go, 50%. That's fine. Is that all? That's not good coverage at all. Either way, we also need restrooms and a small hotel. So restrooms, this is kind of where this space comes into play. This is why I didn't want to build too much in the middle here, because restrooms and hotels kind of could easily belong over here in the middle. So let's do some restrooms right there. And I would like to decorate around them just a little bit. I'd like to kind of hide the back of them just ever so slightly. I think that would look pretty good. Now we do have some wall options in here that we could play with. We could modify the blueprint, actually. We could edit the building and add scenery to it to kind of hide things a little bit, which I think might be a really cool idea. So we have these bricks right here that we can play with. And this is where the Planet Coaster, Planet Zoo aspect of this game really comes into play. And this is me getting excited about this, because this is the fun part. So we can kind of build back here a little bit. We can sort of spin this around and we'll do some walls, a little something like this. We don't need to cover the entire thing, but I just want to be able to sort of, I want to hide our crimes ever so slightly. I don't want people seeing this, the back part of the building. I'm also thinking we can change this up ever so slightly. Have we got anything that's a more interesting material here? we have these bricks versus these bricks, which I think we want to go for. I do think we want to go for these, and I want to put them like here, right? So I want them to be on the path a little bit, and then I want them to be sticking out this way a little bit, because what we can do is go and grab these bamboo walls, or do we have wood? We do. We have some nice wood options in here. We can grab these wooden walls and then tuck them behind the bricks, so it's kind of like a nice little accent thing. And I think even this is fine. I mean, if I could get someone to walk past here, if I could see what height they are versus this. Yeah, so they're not going to see over this wall, which is fine. We could go for something taller, but I think it's a bit too much. I think this is perfect. I think this will sort of mask the industrial back of the building a little bit. Sort of, you know, very theme park-ish is what we're looking for here. And then, ooh, now these are a lot more interesting looking, but I think we'll just sort of, we'll speed things up a little bit. I don't want to spend forever trying to get this to look a certain way, because I will be here forever if I don't sort of control myself a little bit, is what I will be. These also look very cool. There's a lot of, oh my God, they get glass in here as well. Is it? No, it's not actually see-through. Okay, that's fine. That's all right. I just need my bricks again. All right, I think this looks okay. I've just added some trees around it. We've got our little like wall thing back here, which we could finish the top of this if I wanted to. I don't know that I want to, although I'm looking at it and it's slightly annoying me. So I'll tell you what we're gonna do to fix this. We're gonna get rid of that wall. In fact, we're gonna get rid of all of the wooden walls in here. Can I shift click multiple? I totally can. That's making life so much easier. They're all gonna go away. And then what we'll do is go into scenery, go to walls. We're gonna search for wood. We'll get wood number 2, which is I think the one that we were using, which is this guy. And I'm just gonna sort of bring it down so there's like a little lip of wood sticking out at the top of this, because I think that looks better to just sort of cap this thing off. I think that looks a little bit nicer than what we had there before. Just a little something, a little, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. The word little, you say the word little enough, I think you really, you really get your point across is what you do. That's how that works, I'm sure. Now, do I want to do lampposts? Oh, they don't actually have lights on them. I kind of want prefab lampposts, or I want floodlights. I wouldn't be against doing floodlights for this thing, or emergency. I could just do, oh my God, there's so many options. There's so many options. I kind of love it. I really do. Can I like position snap things here so that these lights stick in certain spots? I sort of can. They don't work amazingly, but I sort of want to do like pulsing emergency lights along this fence. I think that could be kind of neat looking just along there. I don't know if it's gonna be, but I think it could be. We'll do like an emergency light above the door. I think that'll be kind of cool. We'll do like emergency lights on these corners. I think that'll be kind of cool. I just want to see what happens, really. I don't know if they ever get used, but we have them, and that's what's important. Anyway, we need a hotel is what we need. Oh my God, it's huge. I love it. Oh, I love it. We have this one, which is the Jurassic World one. We have the Jurassic Park Hotel, which I think is a little bit out of place here. We have the Texarkana one, also kind of out of place. We have oh my God, that's beautiful. It's huge, but it's beautiful. We have the Malta one, they're all kind of out of place. I'm not going to lie. The Alpine one especially, I think is a little out of place. It's very cool though. We have got a Din hotel and restaurant that the Jurassic World Evolution team have made and put in the workshop. This is apparently the Din hotel and workshop, or restaurant, not workshop. I don't know what about this is necessarily, yeah, sure. That's fine. It's cool looking. I like it. I do. I don't know if it blends in with everything else that we have going on here. Maybe we just use the Jurassic World one. I think we might. I really do. So that's the arrival point over there. Can I put the hotel in like this space? Is that an option? Can I like rotate it around and get it into that space almost perfectly? Because if I could, I'd be very, very happy. Just like right there, you know, like right in this spot would be good. But I think it is overlapping with everything. I don't know if it's going to let me do it, which is unfortunate. I was hoping it would. I can get the European sort of Malta looking hotel in here though, which I guess I'm okay with. So we'll put that like right here. And I suppose that's fine. It's a little out of place, but it looks okay.
FYI, we've got number crunchers behind the scenes collecting info on the site's appeal, how guests are feeling, and my favorite bit, our amenity sales. Take a look.
Yeah, that's good and all, but I want to know how they've done this. I want to modify this thing just to discover something. How have they... So delete that window first. Wait, what? Straight win... What? Hold on, if I duplicate this... Oh, that's so clever. That is so clever. I can't remember what the method is for doing that. That's such a clever way of making it look like these things have interiors. Oh my God, I love that. Oh, I love that so much. That's very, very cool. That is very, very cool. All right. I like this. I like this a lot. I like that there's a little door on that side. I would like to cover sort of the back of this place as well. I would also like to... I do want to modify it. Modify group. I want to bring some foundations out here because we have these like edge foundations here and they're cool and all, but we need to go to scenery. We need to go to foundation. And this is kind of what I'm looking for. So we want like a middle foundation. We want like a middle 2x2 is what we're looking for, or a middle 4x4 is also what we're looking for. And this is going to let me sort of come out here and do something like this. So it looks like we have a path coming out here. Admittedly, not the same color as we have on the rest of them, which is slightly frustrating. Could I change the foundation colors? I guess I could, right? I guess, yeah, I can totally change them is what I can do. So if we go back into scenery and we search for foundation 2x2, that's maybe not how that works. We'll just search for foundation and that'll be fine. I don't know if it matters what material. What is this made out of? Mid foundation. That's cool. I really wish the scenery menu would come back up when I'm not selecting a thing, but that's all right as well. Let's get foundation. And again, I want the edge 2x2 or edge whatever. Edge 4x4, I guess is what I'm looking for. And then we need to... Oh man, this is going to be tricky. Rotate it around. Something like this and this. We'll rotate it. Maybe actually we should just do this and this. That might be better. All right, so once again, there we go. We've got a little bit of detail around this thing. Mostly just foliage and a little bit of work with the foundation tiles just to sort of seat this thing in this chunk of land. Also put some rocks down here and again, some plants. Again, just to sort of make it feel like it belongs. And I think it looks okay. I don't love the 3 big trees behind it, but that's all right. We can make that work. Now, we do need to go to the control room and open the economy screen to see what exactly is going on here.
Ooh, those amenity sales could be a lot less red. How sites like this one make money is pretty straightforward. See, if we have incredible animals on site and the guests can see them, then we'll sell plenty of entry tickets. And as long as we keep our guests comfortable and make sure they approve of what we're doing, we'll sell even more entry tickets. That's when we hit them with some excellent food, drinks, and shopping amenities to really bump up our income. As we seem to be lacking in the amenities department right now, we should really get that fixed.
Okay. So I'm assuming this is where we're going to have to start adding shops.
You know, I created DIN to support dinosaurs and bring people joy. And there's nothing more joyful than good food, good drinks, and reasonably priced merchandise. Think of the site's profits as a measurement of joy. Building amenities near popular attractions will make profits go up, and needless to say, that's the direction that profits should be going in. You can kit out amenities however you like, but you're not shooting in the dark. Our data geniuses will show you in real time how different products or features will impact guest satisfaction, and how that equals more profit.
Okay. So there are 3 types of amenity buildings that can be built: food, drink, and shopping. These amenities offer the chance to increase income by selling products to park guests, especially around busier areas. Amenities can be configured to sell specific products, and they can be further tweaked with internal features to better match the demographics of nearby guests. The better the match, the higher the income, as more guests will use the amenity. Amenity profits can be maximized by placing them in busy areas of the site. When an amenity is at capacity, consider upgrading to a larger amenity of the same type if there are significant numbers of guests nearby that are not being served. Okay. So we have shopping, we have food, and we have drinks. I don't know what people are necessarily interested in right now, to be completely honest with you. But I guess we could just go with something like shopping. I like the idea of putting another Malta type building in here. I think that would be kind of cool to have like this guy right about here. It does seem to want to snap to that road in a way that I don't necessarily love though, which is slightly problematic. But if I could get it to be right there, I could probably mess with the foundations again or just put some plants around it to sort of hide our crimes a little. Or I could shuffle it along, I guess, and put it kind of in this spot and generally just hope for the best that it's going to work the way I want it to, which apparently it doesn't want to, which is really annoying. That building on the right is giving me all sorts of problems. What if I put it over here? Is this a better option? Like putting it right on this this little like intersection right here? That seems kind of cool. I don't dislike that at all. And I suppose that's probably fine. So yeah, let's do some shopping right about there. It looks kind of neat, if I do say so myself. Obviously, we've got some service stuff at the back of it where the general facade of the building kind of falls away a little bit. But again, that's kind of where we go in and do some decorating around this to hide our crimes. So if we go in, we can edit this group. We can go to scenery. We can go to something like fences. And we can do, well, none of this stuff, but we can hopefully do something that's going to snap to, it's a little frustrating. I was kind of hoping this was going to like, I don't know, snap to the grid, but apparently it doesn't want to, which is great. That is perfect, is what it is. I was really hoping it would snap to the grid. It apparently doesn't want to at all. All right, so I've overdone this slightly. I think I'm getting a little too carried away with just adding plants to everything, so I'm going to try and stop doing that for a little while because we do need to improve guest satisfaction of an amenity by to 60% by changing its product and features. So this is selling books right now, which is great. We could sell formal wear. Which is a choice. What else? I mean, 9% satisfied, 31% satisfied, 22%, 36%. T-shirts would be 37. I mean, I guess we sell T-shirts, right? And then for features, we can do, we won't need what, 60%? I can get 63 if we have a fish tank. 71 with fossils though, which seems like a much better shout. So let's do that. And I think we can also add a fish tank.
Well, okay, my lawyers pointed it out to me, but same thing. We have more land than I thought. I trust it'll be put to good use. Wink, wink. More dinosaurs and more revenue. Wink, wink.
I think he might be hinting at something. I'm sure there's a hint to what he's getting at there. Either way, we have all this new land, which is very exciting.
While this particular site is owned by Mr. Finch, I thought it best to still define some specific targets to work towards.
Okay. So this is now the objectives for the Badlands. I guess we want total scientist skill, 500,000 per minute, 50 animals, 1,000 guests, a T-Rex. Oh my God. Okay, we can do all that, I'm sure.
Remember, satisfying these goals will define this site's overall park rating. Our park ratings prove that we can manage sites and make clients happy, which helps me expand DIN globally.
I cannot believe the momentum that DIN has suddenly gained. Kira, you've been talking to potential clients, right? Any, good news?
I'm close to securing a new site now. Follow my advice on increasing our reputation and park ratings, and our proposition will be irresistible.
Sure. So we need a contract. We need to make at least 140,000 per minute, or we construct a restroom, which we have, or we increase restroom coverage to 100%, which we could also do. I mean, I don't know what restroom coverage looks like right now, but that seems like something we can totally do. It is currently 79%, so sure, we'll build another restroom is what we can do. I think the coverage just sort of lacks over this way. So can I get a little restroom up this way? Is that going to be an option? Like just right there? I could decorate around this. I think I'm going to pass on decorating around this, although that terrain is a little rough looking. I don't love that.
The conservation sector have asked me to keep an eye on Din long term, so consider me an official advisor. And on that topic, your reputation with the conservation sector would only improve if we had more naturally bred dinosaurs on site.
Is that a hint? I think that might be a hint. I think the game has just opened up to let me kind of do whatever I want now. That's the feeling I'm getting, is that, hey, reach 2.5 stars, go nuts, do your thing. I kind of want to. I kind of want to do my thing. So, ooh, hello. Backup generators use fuel and provide power to infrastructure within their limited radius. The rate of fuel consumption varies based on the amount of power being used by that infrastructure. Ranger teams and capture teams use fuel as they complete their tasks. Ranger teams will also use food in order to restock feeders. Both food and fuel is stored at a team's respective facility and requires regular restocking. Restock food and fuel by interacting with the relevant building directly or automatically with a maintenance patrol. Okay. So that would be why we have no power up here, is what that would be. So we'll resupply this. We will fill it up, which is fine, and that should put us in a pretty good spot. We have potentially got a problem. Yeah, I know how this works. Yeah, we do have a problem. My Velociraptor is about to murder a person. Again. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh god. All right, we need to get... Wait, what the hell happened? Did it attack the... It attacked the truck. Okay. We need a capture team. Well, this ended about the way I thought it would. We have a tranquilized Velociraptor about to be put back into its enclosure, and we're down to 1.2 stars because a lot of people died. Yeah, a lot of people got murdered in the process of catching that guy. Mostly because I was trying to get a cool screenshot of it. I'm not gonna lie. It's mostly my own doing. I'd be lying if I said otherwise. And I like to think I got a decent screenshot, so it's fine. It's, yeah. This lack of income is not good, but to be fair, this is about the point right here when the Velociraptor got out. So we'll be fine. It'll be fine. I think. It'll probably be fine, is what it'll be. Let's complete an expedition, because that seems like an easy thing to do. And I guess we can go and maybe look for things that we already have. We have Diplodocus, so let's send you two out on this and see how that goes. We can maybe send another one just to sort of bring the expedition time down a little bit so that things go a little bit better for us. And I suppose I also want to have a look here and remind myself what we need to do for this. That's the site info. That's not what I'm looking for. I just want to see kind of generally. So scientist skill, number of animals, number of guests, that income per minute is going to be tricky, but it'll happen with time, I suppose, and that'll be all right. And I mean, the expeditions are kind of how we get, better dinosaurs and more dinosaurs. So it'll be all right. We could probably also look at putting in something like a food amenity, maybe a drinks amenity would be a bit of an idea as well, just to give people more options for where they can go and what they can buy. Might not be a terrible idea to try and get a little something in here. It would be nice if it would actually fit on this road, but apparently it doesn't want to, which is really always annoying. I just wish that would work. Like, that's such a cool spot right there. I think it would be perfect to get a little something in there. And it just doesn't want to work with me is what it doesn't seem to want to do. But I suppose I could do drinks just here, and that seems fine. It has that same sort of bay at the back that this place did, so we can kind of use that to continue to enclose things. And then we might as well get food, right? We don't have food right now. We might as well get it, and we'll put it sort of over here as well. I think this is a decent little spot for a food place. I think a restaurant is what you usually call those, not just food places, but that's what we're going for. And I think this looks good. We obviously want to do some detailing in here to hide some of the crimes, but I think this looks okay. Now, when it comes to this place, we're doing bento sushi, which is all right. Can I get like a higher satisfaction? So we get 41 there, 45 with ice cream. We're going to do ice cream. And then features wise, we'll do booth seating, and we'll do that fish tank. Really brings us up to 98% satisfied. So I think we'll do the fish tank because that's going to make people a little bit happier. And then over here, people seem to like coffee. They like energy drinks. They like ice slushies, milkshakes as well. So I think it's going to be milkshakes. And then features wise, we could do another fish tank, maybe a fossil display, a jukebox sounds kind of fun, and maybe a play area or TVs. We'll do some TVs in there, and that'll again make people nice and happy. We're at 2.4 stars right now, which is great news. I obviously would like to do a little something back there to just tidy things up, but apparently we have a contract first. Take a photo worth at least $60,000 or construct one medium amenity. Research efficient metabolism. I think we'll do the research is what we're going to do. But I would like to sort of enclose these guys first. I want to do a little something to just, I don't know, tidy this all up a little bit. It looks a little odd right now. I do like these bollards down here. I think those are quite cool. I might continue them back, but I don't know. This space in the middle here is tricky because we have like an air conditioning unit. We have an old pallet right there. I could remove it. That's the thing. I can modify all of this and take out the stuff I don't want. I like the fact that, you know, that stuff would be there, you know? We would have to deal with like air conditioning units and the realities of this park. And that would be the fact that, you know, there are going to be just things around the place. That's just how it is. That's just the way it is. So maybe a big tree right here. Maybe we'll just sort of temporarily hide our crimes a little bit and get some decorations in here. We'll do a little bit of vegetation down here, although that's casting a shadow over a lot of those people. Maybe not right there. Maybe here for a little bit of vegetation. Maybe right about here for a little bit more vegetation. And I think right back here. I do kind of want something in the middle though, and I think this tree might be a bit much. This one is probably going to be the better pick. And then rocks. I think rocks are going to be a good pick for detailing this space too. So let's get a nice sort of pointy rock to go into this little corner. We'll sink it down ever so slightly so it's kind of in the ground a bit. That looks fine. We want something for this side of it as well. It's maybe a little bit smaller. So we'll do, I want to say this guy right here. And that looks all right. Maybe something a little bit bigger for the middle so that we kind of separate the buildings a little bit more. I think that'd be kind of cool to have some separation between the buildings. Although it needs to kind of fit in here as well, which none of these want to do. This one seems like it'll be pretty good. It actually is. So we'll bring it up ever so slightly to about there. And that gives us that bit of separation I wanted between the buildings. I think just another little handful of slightly smaller rocks in here could be pretty good for us. One right there and a tiny little one just in about here. Obviously, bunch of foliage around them is going to go a really long way. I think down on this side as well, similar story. We'll do just a few rocks and a lot of foliage around them just to sort of, I don't know, really plant these things in the area. And once again, there we go. We've got a bunch of foliage in here, a bunch of rocks, just sort of blending everything together a little bit. It's messy, but I think it does the job. I think it's okay. We've got people going in for their, what does that say? Stego scoops? All right, fair enough. That's what they're going in for. And then over this way, Big Sip Coffee is actually selling milkshakes, but you know what? That's fine. They can sell whatever they want to sell. That's totally fine by me. All right, so we need to research efficient metabolism. Let's first off go through these fossils, and we will, I guess, sell that mineral. We have the Diplodocus stuff in here, which I'm very excited about. So let's begin the task of going through the Diplodocus fossils, because I do believe we do have 2 of them over here, which is fantastic news. We could get another one eventually, maybe. Are these 2, what do they want in here? They want more water? Interesting. Okay, well, we can do that for them. We can give them like a little bit more water right there. That's got them a little bit happier, which is great news. That's hopefully going to make the park a little bit better now that the Diplodocus are themselves that little bit happier. Got a bunch of people there. I was going to say they're moving really quickly, but I've got the game running at a faster speed, which is why they're moving so quickly. So that kind of makes, that checks out, is what it does. Let me go ahead. Oh, we don't need to resupply this. We need to repair this thing. We do have people on the way to repair it, right? Yeah, we totally do. Okay. As long as it's being repaired, we're fine. We don't need more Velociraptors getting out of their enclosure and killing everybody. It's not going to be good for us if that happens again. It would be, if anything, a little bit disastrous. Anyway, let's take a look at our fossils again. Let's get this one researched nice and quickly so that we can hopefully improve things for the Diplodocus ever so slightly. And I guess while we're here, it is research efficient metabolism. If we go into, I'm assuming not dig sites, I'm assuming it's going to be gene modification. I would imagine. I honestly have no idea. Efficient metabolism. It needs logistics and it needs science. Now, our logistics is good enough. Our science is not. So we could get more scientists. We do have, or well, I say science, I mean genetics. We could definitely, we'll get Andrew here. That seems like a good idea. We'll hire you. And then once we're done with whatever it is we're doing, I think we can get efficient metabolism. And that should help us out. That should put us in a pretty good spot.
I have some rather incredible news. Dr. Baldera will be joining DIN full-time, and with his breeding expertise and our brilliant park management skills, the sector representatives have offered their support as well. There is just one uncharacteristically quiet voice left. Dr. Malcolm?
I'm sure this is going to shock you, but I'm still skeptical. I mean, what you've done here is impressive, but, haven't we walked this path of good intentions before? At the same time, I'm nothing if not wildly curious, and if there's one thing that ambitious projects need, it's a voice of reason. So, here I am.
Well, sounds like everyone's pretty much on board. Din has hope, and I won't have to sleep in my nephew's basement. Fantastic! All right, don't keep me waiting. Where are we heading next?
Well, that's a very interesting question. We need to, well, first off, we need to research efficient metabolism. That's the thing I want to do right now is research efficient metabolism. So everybody is getting to work on this because I want to do that contract. But we do have the question of where are we going next? Also, what are you doing? That is a ranger team. Where are my maintenance teams? I feel like they should be maintenance facility. You add task. I want you to go out and inspect all of this stuff. And I want you to make sure that you're going out there, and also maintenance posts. That's going to be needed is what it's going to be. Do we have anywhere else it's not covered? We don't. It is largely just up here. So let's add a maintenance post I want to say right about there. And let's make sure that maintenance team 2 gets assigned to this so that everything in that area actually is covered, which the facility up there isn't either. So we'll go ahead and get another maintenance post. We can put it, I want to say right about there. And then again, maintenance team number 2 gets assigned to it. That way everything actually gets repaired automatically without me having to worry about it, which is exactly what I was having to do. Automation. That's the key to everything. That's the goal. Every game I play, I've realized, has some degree of it. Not every game, but a lot of games. a lot of the games that I play eventually have some degree of automation. I actually find a mod recently, this is completely off topic, but I found a mod recently for Transport Fever 2 that basically automates the game. It automatically buys and sells vehicles as you need them. It's a whole thing. Software Inc., whole bunch of automation. This game, little bit of automation. This game, I think, strikes a really good balance, is what I'm getting at. Anyway, with all of that said and done, I think we are probably good to leave it there for today. I'm really happy with what we've got going on here. I'm really excited to see where we go with all of this, but that is going to be something for us to discover in the not too distant future. So, thank you so much for watching, everybody. This has been an absolute pleasure, as always. And as always, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.